barn was really probably the reason why we bought the place, is just to try to just make it not just disappear. I mean, people travel all over the country just to come here to take pictures of the barn. Now it seems like we've taken more interest in barns.
What I know about it was built around 1917. When we purchased the home in 2016, we thought it would be really great because it was going to be 100 years old the next year.
I was a framer for most of my life. Now we work on houses and remodeling, but I don't even know how we would build this barn today, much less 100 years ago. I mean, obviously the walls could go up and stuff, but as far as the ceiling, just how everything kind of leans on each other.
The flooring in the Sparre Barn is mostly original. A tree had gone through the roof, and I don't think it was ever fixed properly, so it leaked quite a bit.
It was replaced by the previous owners before us, and so we just kind of sanded and polyed the floors just to try to kind of protect them a little more, and then we put the roof on to make sure it wouldn't leak anymore. So.
And there's no leaks. The upstairs of the barn was meant to hold the hay, and there's a door that slides in the ceiling downstairs where you could drop the hay down to the cattle. The previous owner was just here yesterday and explained some more details about that. He actually had cattle in here.
I think in the 80s.
Yeah, the late 80s was the last time. So in the basement of the barn was where the cattle were held, and there were stanchions that you could open and close to keep them in place, and behind the cattle was a circular trough that they would poop in, and there's a whole system of buckets, a huge bucket that goes around on a track system, and you could scoop the manure into the bucket, and it actually went out the back door, and you could dump it. So you never had to do it by hand. It was all on a pulley system.
The cows in the milking stations would go into like 2 steel bars that kind of tighten around their neck to kind of hold them in place. I think calves would, or cows would kind of hunch their back before they would get ready to kick, and that's why the electricity or the pokey thing would keep them from, hurting anyone behind them.
When we decided to take down the stairwell, we realized that there was pencil written words on the door. It was the man who built it, and I guess what would be the architect. The city definitely enjoys having this barn in Anoka County and in the city. They seem to be very proud of it. Everybody knows about it around here. When you say, oh, we live by the round barn, we have always wanted to invite everyone in and let them look at it because it's just pretty neat to see.
We'll see people at the dirt road setting up their tripod to take pictures, and then we'll go down and say, all right, what's going on?
Obviously, we would like to keep this structure standing for as long as possible and do our part in making sure that it's watertight and not rotting away. As far as using the barn, I think a lot of the original things would be taken out, which is sad, but I also like the idea that it would still be in use in some way, and so many people would be able to see it and appreciate it. I love this barn, it's amazing.
The preceding program was produced by the Anoka County Historical Society and Hennepin Technical College. You can plan a visit to the Anoka County History Center at 2135 3rd Avenue North in downtown Anoka. Help us preserve history. If you would like to donate or become a member of the Anoka County Historical Society, go to anokacountyhistory.org.